Analog horror is a subgenre that uses older vintage media to create an unsettling and often uncanny valley feeling. The term analog horror first appeared on the internet way back in the year 2006 with the creepypasta The Wyoming Incident, but the subgenre as a whole was first created in the late 2000s and early 2010s. Recently, I stumbled upon a massive analog horror iceberg, and now today I decided to dive deep and discover just how intense this subgenre can be. Let's get into it. Welcome back, I'm Sippin and today we will be going over the top layer, Tier 1, and yes, you heard me correctly, I said we. Today I'm joined by my good friend and fellow YouTuber SheaRants. He makes similar content, so be sure to find his link down in the description below and give him a subscribe. Also, shout out to King of Killer Comedy for creating this iceberg. But one more thing before we get into the first thing. If any of these spark your interest and you would like a more detailed description and review, then let me know down below in the comments. But be ready because one entry actually freaked me out a little bit, so stay tuned for that one. With all the formalities out of the way, let's start talking about Gemini Home Entertainment. Gemini Home Entertainment begins as your typical educational show from decades prior. One of which is an episode covering the weirdest animals found in rural Minnesota. We learn of a greater prairie chicken and a burrowing owl, such as neat little fun facts about each of them and where they like to call home. The atmosphere changes though as we are introduced to our third animal, the wood crawlers. Instead of simply rural Minnesota, the wood crawlers are found all over North America. The creatures we see hiding amongst the families are reminiscent of skinwalkers. At least that's what I interpreted from it. As the video goes along, we see our cameraman approaching a house with these fake people. The cameraman gets a little too close. He's been spotted. Oh, buddy got caught. Take off.
Yeah, I got it, yeah.
He heard the footsteps, dude. Get going. Afterward, we also checked out the Christmas Eve party video where someone's in a log cabin off in the snowy woods, where it eventually delves into horror.
Bro, I'm getting the shakies. Eee.
Gemini Home Entertainment is an anthology analog horror series with an ever-growing catalog dating back to the channel's creation back in 2019, the Walten Files.
The Walten Files is a web-based horror series created by Martin Paredes. I apologise if I butchered that name, I'm terrible with pronunciations. What the hell, I swear we just watched Local 58 as well.
Oh my god, yeah!
Sometimes foreshadowing is relatively obvious.
It was originally going to be a Five Nights at Freddy's fan game called Welcome to Bob's Burgers, however that was cancelled, and it became the Walten Files, which follows the restaurant and its horrific history as this restaurant was shut down. Then a bunch of horrible things happened, which of course, in typical FNAF and I guess Walten Files fashion, includes some murder. Now, I had never heard of this until doing this video, and my first experience was just seeing some creepy ass thumbnails when I was reacting to them with Sippin, and I was like, I'm not doing this tonight. So then we ended up watching some funny videos to make me feel better, and then we watched them a few nights afterwards, and they weren't even that bad.
I don't like the screaming. Oh jeez, I did not like that.
But yeah, I've just embarrassed myself there, so you better like this video now.
Speaking of liking the video, I think you might like this.
Hello, everybody. This is a message from Dewey.
Yes, it's David Arquette, Dewey from the Scream movies. But please, like, subscribe, check out Sippin Ice, my friend Ty's channel.
Thank you.
Local 58. 12 videos and 627,000 subscribers later, Local 58 TV began its journey back in 2017. With its upload, you are on the fastest available route. The channel revolves around a TV station broadcasting different sequences of events, such as a weather service and contingency plan, all delving into more eerie atmospheres as the videos move along. I find this one to be one of the better ones as it is creepy, with personally one of my favorites going to their original upload. You are on the fastest available route. It's simple yet entertaining and creepy. All it does is follow someone driving along a road and eventually landing on a dirt road in the middle of the woods. As for the ending, well, that's for you to find out. Ringu / The Ring.
The Ring is an American horror movie franchise based on the Japanese horror franchise Ringu. The story follows an investigative journalist who finds a mysterious videotape which seems to cause several mysterious deaths. as anyone who views the tapes dies after a week. And the thing which makes this series so scary in my opinion is the antagonist, Samara, who is absolutely terrifying. Like, she is bending all over the place in the weirdest way and making weirder noises than I do when I try and sing metal music. Like, genuinely, this is one of the few horror franchises that really scared me, especially when I was growing up, and my first, time actually seeing this franchise was in Scary Movie 3 when they parodied it, and I was still terrified of it then. They definitely gonna have a
Yeah, guys, get this video to 100 likes if you want Shay to play the Bloody Mary challenge at 3 a.m.
So watching these movies actually really did scare me the first time I watched them, but rewatching them more recently, they aren't that bad, but Jesus, they are very weird. And some just generally suck.
Monument Mythos. Created by a channel titled M4NTICOR3. Nah, I'm just joshing you, it's Manticore. Monument Mythos is one of their playlists in a catalog of horror. The series in question follows numerous monuments around the world with strange happenings. There's also a seemingly large amount of American politics sprinkled in as well, as you can see with titles such as Nixon Verse and The Lincoln Looker, just to name a few. The thing that I really liked about this entry is how a majority of them seem to take place in the real world. Well, not literally, you know what I mean, man, come on. They are outside and not only held to the confines of someone's room or home. For me, it adds an additional layer of fear as it's somewhere people can associate with. For instance, in the Lincoln Looker video, it showed clips from the Lincoln Monument itself. Now, say someone has visited that site, sees this video, it will be able to reach them on a deeper level as they have a connection with it. So that's a really nice element that I enjoy from these videos, which makes it very understandable why the channel has been able to garner 289,000 subscribers, as the content provides that eerie atmosphere analog horror fans can cling to. VHS series.
VHS is a horror anthology series beginning in 2012, and fun fact, they even have a mini-series that premiered on Snapchat. But anyway, the movies are all different stories connected by different people watching VHS tapes. And I gotta say, some of these films are rough. Like, not even bad rough, but content-wise, with a lot of stuff that is really hard to sit through. But like many franchises, you gotta sit through the stuff that's really bad to get to the really good stuff, because some of these movies are amazing. Especially the recent ones. Like, the most recent one which came out this year is so good, and it's not even really a horror movie. It's way more of like a sci-fi anthology, which, you know, don't get me wrong, I still like, but I'm much more of a horror fan, and even I found myself enjoying it. Like, the VHS franchise is so versatile and different from so many other things that you just can't help but love it.
The Mandela Catalogue. Onto an entry that actually freaked me out a little bit. Oh, I like that face. The Mandela Catalogue, created by Alex Kister, a horror filmmaker here on YouTube who has amassed a whopping 1 million subscribers. Similar to the previous entry, the Mandela Catalogue is a playlist, separate from the rest of the channel itself. The series involves their world getting invaded by entities called alternates. But to be honest though, I don't want to spoil too much, because if you haven't seen this, please check this one out, as it currently sits as possibly my favorite one.
I've got to say, this is really well made.
It's very well made. Oh my god, yeah. Kane Pixel's Backrooms.
The Backrooms is an online video series started by a guy named Kane Pixels. It is based on a thread originating from 4chan, and it follows someone as they no-clip, which is pretty much going from reality somewhere else, like completely just falling out of reality. It's the best way I can describe it according to Google. And they no-clip into the Backrooms, a seemingly endless cavity of hallways and mysterious creatures, and the series has changed over the years with the lore thickening, and them even getting a movie which is being made with A24, so it'll either be really amazing or just straight ass. My first experience with the Backrooms was seeing like some people playing like Roblox games of it, and I was like, this looks absolutely terrible. Then I actually found what it actually was, and I was like, this is kinda cool.
That has been tier 1 of the Analog Horror Iceberg. Some were better than others, but for me, I actually enjoyed all of them for what they are. I know they weren't insanely scary, but keep in mind this is only tier 1 and it'll only get deeper and more eerie as the layers move down into the depths. If you enjoyed this and want to see more tiers, then be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to stay up to date on when the next layer drops. Big thanks to Shay for joining me on this one. Be sure to check out his channel as well. And as always, I appreciate you and your time. Stay chill, and I will see you next time.
Bro, this video is longer than like my usual uploads.
Yeah, same, dude, same. 13 minutes, yep. Not this one, though. This one will be longer than 13 minutes. I can guarantee that.
Will I see my